Though I'm at this point like very happy with the 75 instead of being kind of like unsure, do we to Tyvar, to not to Tyvar, what to splash, to Cavern, not to Cavern. I spent a long time this weekend hammering out the 75. Also, I had a test league yesterday after I kind of figured out my 75, and it was like a very convincing league to me. I honestly really wish it was streamed, but I beat Scales, 4-color Omnath, Rakdos twice, then I lost to Domain Zoo, playing for the trophy, and like in my match against Rakdos, like they were like scamming me into Bowmasters, scamming me into Voidwalker, like 4 out of the 6 games. Against the blue white deck, I 2-0'd them. I 2-0'd them in a game where they went like halfling, Rin and 6, Solitude, Ring, Omnath. I 2-0'd and that was the first game. I think their draw game 2 wasn't as good, but I beat that draw like pretty handily. I was pretty excited about it. And so there was just like a lot of like kind of factors that led me here. Like one, Tyvar was like very much underperforming. Tyvar underperforming, and then I realized that without any copies of Leaf Crown Visionary, it's like a lot harder to combo with Elven Chorus / Realmwalker, these type of effects. Where if you have any amount of Leaf Crown Visionaries, when you're going off, like if there's a brick on top, you either like draw a card when you cast that card, or like you're drawing, and like these extra elves will let you manipulate the top of your library to just basically draw your whole deck with Elven Chorus, generate mana, and like kill your opponent with Ezuri. This is something that we had been doing before Bowmaster was printed to like pretty good success. We had like trophied with a build for Leaf Crown Visionary, and I think more than one. It was either more than one Realmwalker, or like just like still like the core to Realmwalker, like maybe 2 Realmwalkers. This was before this card was printed too. But like obviously like in the Orcish Bowmaster metagame, like Leaf Crown Visionary is so bad. Like all of a sudden this is just a 2-mana lord that dies to the Bowmaster ETB, and you like are never drawing cards with it. But you can play one copy as a chord target to combo off with, and I think it's like a super duper good chord target, without making yourself super weak to Bowmasters, and you can just board it out. Another like kind of something that I've been like realizing about the deck is that this deck is not like super duper weak to Bowmasters. Obviously that card is like, the card is good against you, right? You would always like want to have Bowmasters in your draw against elves, but it is like mostly just a 2-mana removal spell that only kills like some of your creatures, or like your 1-mana, some of your 1-mana creatures, most of your 1-mana creatures, not the Nettle Sentinel. Because like you as the elves deck just do not really care almost at all about your opponent having 2 1/1s in play. Like it's just not that relevant. And because you're not drawing extra cards, like it is mostly like, I'm gonna terminate your Elvish Mystic, and I'll get a little bit of a board presence. But you're not like super weak to Bowmasters like you might think. You're really weak to Rin and 6. That is gonna kill multiple elves. Bowmasters usually only kills one of your elves. That's something I've been kind of understanding about the deck lately too. I'm also up to the full playset of Quirion Ranger. Quirion Ranger was a card when I was first like working on the Elves archetype post Image 2. I had like no experience playing with. It's like I remember I played that first copy, and that first copy was really, really impressive to me. Like specifically go crazy with Elvish Archdruid. But it also just like generates a lot of mana. It can tap for mana itself with Elven Chorus. It just, there's like so many tricks with it. Like a lot of times sometimes you give stuff vigilance in combat. And I find that like Quirion Ranger is like so often like the best top deck possible with Elven Chorus like that, or like Heritage Druid. And so I've been pretty happy just playing the 4th copy, and that was like that. We were talking about like the build on stream, and the 4th Quirion Ranger was like really, really tough to like to see as that last card. Also, because we're playing 4 Quirion Ranger, I ended up cutting the Beseiju for 1 extra fetch land, just so we have more forests for Quirion Ranger. And I also cut the Glintleaf Palaces for Cavern of Souls now that we aren't playing Tyvar. So let's get going. Blitz with the 44. Thank you. Welcome back. What do you think of Ancient Imperator and Elves? It is not legal and have like lots of mana, no payoff. It's on a mull to 6 though. It's kind of tough to mulligan, like 3 lands, 4 spells, and elves. I want the draw, so hopefully we draw payoff. Is it greedy to not play Stomping Ground? It's a little greedy, but you can still cast Magus off Elven, of course, some percentage of the time. And I'm kind of the opinion that the Stomping Ground is like, it's like net negative. You know what I mean? Zator's Proving Ground is usually a Rin deck. Cradle, Natural Order. Yeah, I don't want either Cradle or Natural Order in Modern. Thank you very much. A little scared. I'm not, you know, I know there's all the greedy pet deck players, all the blue-white players. Swords of Plowshares. All the Elves players. One guy is Cradle. Let's keep the format relatively balanced if we can. So what is Proving Ground, Verdant Catacombs? It's not creativity anymore. No Gigantha, so not Domain Zoo likely. Just Jund. There's always the flip guy. Yeah, unplayable. Could be creativity. No, if you're playing a green fetch land, you're not creativity. Found a good matchup. Why not turn 1 Dork? As I said when I didn't cast Dork on turn 1, I was interested in playing around turn 2 Rin and 6 against my opponent going turn 1 Proving Ground. Boy, do we sure have all of our Elvish Archdruids in our hand here. Let me get my Overgrown Tomb. Swaz with the 28. Thank you. Welcome back. Natural Order might be fine in Modern. Maybe. It's at the very least like a really busted card that probably doesn't lead to better gameplay. I think Priest of Titania would like be still fine for gameplay and be pretty interesting. Ragnar to 30 months. He go back. Con to 36. Opponent discards a Not Dead After All, so I'm assuming now that they are a Jund scam deck. And they're attacking here with the Shaman so that they can kill my Archdruid and then kill my Nettle Sentinel. I think I'm going to take this hit, actually. Just because I have like all these extra Archdruids. Is there a reason we didn't run out the second Llanowar with Sentinel Archdruid tap? Do you think our Elvish Archdruid has haste, or like what's that? We used all of our mana last turn. Do you think this taps for mana, or like I don't know? There's a confusion somewhere. I'm just trying to figure out where it is. Okay, so I can chord for 1. Would prefer to chord for like Realmwalker. Pretty sure we're just going to attack with Nettle Sentinel. Maybe they cast Bowmaster. Maybe they don't. I think I'm okay either way. Humans is still free for owls. I mean, yeah. Oh, you're talking about like what the best matchup is? Yeah, I'd say probably that one still. Why not summon the pack over Skemfar? Skemfar gets through the ring, and Skemfar also stabilizes against aggro decks, which is relevant. And then also 2/5 body is pretty good in Modern right now. I know Shaman is 1 less mana, but it's like those kind of 3 factors combined. I've been liking it a lot. I've like gained I've been up against like flyers and I'm like wow, I just have so many resources. I'm going to die to these flyers next turn, but I just have Skemfar to gain like 10 and then survive until I can combo kill him. Yeah, 5 toughness against Renos is really nice. Okay, so I think still not chording for 1. If I draw a land, I can go Archdruid chord for a 3. Either Ezuri or Realmwalker. But it loves their 2 mana removal spells. They got 2 cards left in their hand. I'm down to 11. I kind of feel like they have a Bowmaster. I could be, misreading the situation maybe. If they have one, they will cast it now. I unfortunately did not draw a land or like Dwynen's Elite to let me chord for 3. I'm trying to think if I want to attack. I'm kind of worried about them scamming the reflection. I'm not playing Gris. Gris is not good in this deck. Maybe that doesn't need to be said. Okay. Could potentially, if my opponent Thoughtseize this, will probably chord for Warmaster, and I can use that as my mana sink for the Archdruid if that is, they have. Maybe they have another removal spell for the Archdruid. Okay, now we're going to untap and chord for probably Ezuri. I think Ezuri kills here. There's the Shadowsage. So this is really like 2 mana to play, basically. Or, yeah, I think seems like it'll be good to cast. Is Tyvar not good enough? Yeah, we're playing a lot with Tyvar before. I ended up being not that happy with Tyvar, unfortunately. Okay, so we go chord, tap, 1, 2, and then this taps for 6. So that's 8 total. 2 left. I guess I thought I would kind of easily be able to kill with Ezuri here. But I have to tap. I can only attack with my Nettle Sentinel if I Ezuri. So maybe I get Realmwalker. Realmwalker is kind of the cowardly grab. They don't have removal. Ezuri, so they're getting hit here for 7 down to 5, and then this is going to attack for 8. And so they have to double chump, go to 1. Okay, I'll get the Ezuri. Get Stash for the 17 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Oh, sorry, 6. Sorry. Okay, so they can jump with only 1 and go to 1 if they want. If you had 1 shaman in the pack, you could hold priority and kill for now. Listen, chat. I'm just. If you had shaman in the pack, you could win here. This is gonna be like very true. A lot of the games that you're winning anyways. Having Shadow in the pack is going to win you a ton of games you're winning anyways. Shadowsage is going to win you a lot of games that you were losing anyways, and I definitely don't think that there's room in the deck to play both. I'm not very interested in playing a second copy. Okay, so we're up against Jund. I'm going to cut my Leafcrown Visionary against the Bowmaster deck. I think I bring in like 1 Rex Sage for Cursed Totem minimum. Probably bring in like a second copy over 4th Quirion Ranger. Just 1. I've been working so hard on this list. Please with the Shaman effect. It's promise you, I really don't want it. Get Stash to the 17, Triffic with the 34. But again, Shaman wins you so many games you're winning anyways. Shadow Mage wins you so many games you're losing. Okay, gonna keep against Jund. Dwynen's Elite was lethal unless I can't math. Chord for Dwynen's Elite? There's like zero chance, right? Or okay, respond to the mage trigger and then attack with everything. Maybe that was lethal. It was not really a line that was very much on my radar. Is Mass Vandal just worse than Sage? Yeah, it's just like there's not always going to be a creature in the graveyard. You could do a 1/1 split, maybe. I wouldn't like fault you that much for 1/1 split. I always joke about Shaman. Well, there's just like a lot of people that aren't joking about Shaman. There's a lot of Elves players just want to play like a bunch of Shamans and a bunch of Chord of Callings, or sorry, Collected Companies. I just have really been unhappy with those cards. We also haven't drawn Elven Chorus today, but this is, good game to draw it. Tarmogoyf. Do need Mass Vandal Exiles. Yeah, so it gets the ring is nice. Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to a 1/1 split. It could be better. Where does Shadow Mage win you games you're losing? Against the ring and when you need to gain life. I guess they have 4 cards in their hand. Down to 16. Love to draw Elven Chorus. Love to draw Chord of Calling, Realmwalker. This is an interesting pickup. It's going to give me tons of mana. I think I'm going to attack with everything. Okay with this Bowmaster here. Less okay if they have a Undying effect. Shout out to Pendelhaven. If we need to play it now, you should play out your hand against the discard deck. I think I will not Pendelhaven so I can have Pendelhaven on Heritage Druid up, but against the Thoughtseize deck, you should just play out your hand. I think just make sure like top deck discard spells are blank. Yeah, I agree. Photography. That's why you would want a 1/1 split because of chord reasons. So I don't know if they're John or if they're like black green scam splashing for like some sideboard like red cards. A lot of great top decks. And a lot of bad top decks. Oh right, they have Fable last game, duh. Sorry, I forgot about the Fable. And 17 lands. Could double block Tarmogoyf here. Yeah, I forgot the Fable. I think we should double block. Pendelhaven. This is bad against exactly Fatal Push. It's okay if they have a scam card, I think. Oh yeah, they had Molten Collapse. Yeah, I guess I just kind of forgot all about game one. Ever trade a Nettle Sentinel for a Tarmogoyf? That's a damn good deal. I'll take that deal. Oh, here he comes. Two 5 body, you know, nice here, of course. Would be a little bit more excited about the Elven Chorus as far as 4 mana top decks go. Wasn't it better to leave Pendelhaven up? You think it's better to leave Pendelhaven up this turn than to cast the Shadowsage, or you wanted to use the Heritage Druid? I wanted to attack with the Dwynen's Lead, so I didn't want to use the Heritage Druid. But if you felt like you didn't want to attack with Dwynen's Lead there, then yes. They just scored just to not dead after all, so they liked their other 2 cards in hand. They're down to 7 life. One of those 2 cards they liked is a 4/5 Tarmogoyf that can't get back. That cannot get through my big draw. We have a lot of good top decks, so my opponent's like pretty on the back foot. But once they get the Fable flipped, it's there it is. There it is. Okay, so we can shuffle away Chord of Calling and try to cast something else. I think I'm going to... What changed where I was good now? Well, I've just been tuning the list for a while, and I had a really exciting league last night where the deck was like looking and feeling and playing really well. And like obviously what the big thing that changed is Bean and Fury got banned. Both of these things were huge for this archetype. But also like I don't feel like there was a really like tuned elves list out there, and that's what I've been working on, and I'm like pretty happy with this list at the moment. I think you could play 1 Masked Vandal over 2nd Rec Sage. 2/5, baby. Yes, one is at 7. Don't have another one of these. I think I usually want to use the Cavern mana, since you don't have that many non-creature spells that you can't cast, but you do have some. So make Chord for Nettle Sentinel. So you kind of want to not tap your summoning sick or your non-summoning sick creatures if you can help it in these spots, since you want to be able to like find generate mana and find Ezuri and cast Ezuri. Not sure that that's going to be exactly this game. You know, I think I'm happy enough to Rec Sage their Fable and put them in a spot where they can never ever win, which is usually a pretty good spot to put your opponents in. Basura, 35 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Lots of removal or Tron, which I feel like is not a good hand for this to keep, since we have like just no 1-drop. Don't love this 6-card hand, but I think we can bud 6. Yeah, Quirion Ranger does not pick up your elves. It's not. It untaps creatures and returns forest. Did you think about playing Ring and Jeskai from your deck to synergize when your tie binders when they're bad? Yeah, I thought about putting the Ring in my grindy deck. I decided against it. I thought it was too high on the curve. You have like no like Omnath in the deck to like stabilize via life gain. But it was mostly like a mana curve consideration. Plus, you also have like you have like Snapcaster, Tidebinder, Wall of Omens, Ephemerate as like card advantage spells, and so like when you have that much card advantage, and when you have that much card advantage, it's like you don't need to play the One Ring. I think it looks we're up against Domain Zoo, which is what beat me playing for a trophy with this deck last night. Super quiet again, is it me? Yeah, is the audio quiet? I've seen like I've seen one person besides you complain about it. My new policy is to not address any single complaint audio issues, but multiples of them is fine. I'm gonna take this hit from Ragavan. Just like they just don't have almost anything that's like good for them to hit besides like maybe Elven Chorus. Well, I think I'm okay if they cast it this turn also. Oh, Questing Druid. So let's see what they hit. They hit a Bauble and a Ragavan. Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna trust Bad. I say the audio is good. I haven't, again, it's just this mic has been a very frustrating process where I don't touch it and I don't change any things, and it's just very finicky with how good it is. I kind of feel like I probably need to just buy a new audio interface, but don't actually know for sure that that's the issue. So if I Ezuri, how much can I chord for? Just one. So I guess I'm going to main phase chord for 3. You might be like, Spike, you can't chord for 3. You can chord for 3 here. I get an Archdruid. If it lives, we live. If it dies, we die. So I can unblock here and block, but the problem is if they kill my Archdruid at instant speed, this dies 2, so let's just take 6. Thank you, Ragavan, for scrying this Archdruid to the bottom. Seek the beast in combat to find Tribal Flames and Mishra's Bauble. So I'm down to 9. Then they'll Tribal Flames my Archdruid. They have 1 card in their hand, 2 Questing Druids. They'll have 3 cards in their hand. That goes next turn after these baubles. So we're going to die to another Tribal Flames. We're kind of doing okay if they don't have another Tribal Flames. So if I attack with Ezuri, I want to be able to like block and regen, but I could do that with block with both of these, regen both of these. Carrion Feeder is for Living End. I think it's a little bit better than Viserys here, but having a good 1-drop to chord for in that matchup is such a big deal. Buying the mic and then not talking into it is resulting quiet voice. What do you mean not? How? Look, do you see where my fucking mouth is? What do you mean not talking into it? What are we? What? Look at the screen. Look where my mouth is in relation to the mic. How could you say I'm not talking into it? Pretty sure they're baiting me. I guess. I don't know what else it could be. Yeah, just I eat the fucking mic. I don't know. The video makes it look like it's 12 inches in front of me. Am I putting dead to this Ezuri? I don't think so. Don't think so. No attacks is interesting here because now I'm not dead to their single attack. They have no cards in their hand. Their ground creatures at this point don't matter. And then next turn I can get overrun all of my elves. So I'm losing to top deck burn spell, removal spell. I guess they also have the ability to loot with the Kavu. So I can activate Ezuri 1 time, and I can only attack with 2 elves if I do that. So let's easy tapped Overgrown Tomb pass. Seeking the just casting Questing Druid immediately? Why? Gonna loot with your Kavu? Maybe they're not. I guess they can't really attack with Kavu, so that's fine. 3 elves can untap 1. Oh, that's true. Still wasn't a good attack, though. Yeah, opponent's list is cool. Playing Questing Druid and Channeler and Domain Zoo. I like it. Okay, so I'm down to 6. I'm attacking for... Let's see, this is 22 trample. My opponent's at 8, and they have 8, 9, plus 6, 15 toughness. So 22 minus 8 is... Does this do anything? Not really. 22 minus 8 is 14. Are you kidding me? Did I miscount? I don't think I did. 9, 10, 14. And this is 4 times 5, 20, plus 1, plus 2. They have 14 toughness, count again. 5, 6, 7, 8, 13, 14. Oh. You can always count on Aspiring Spike to miscount. But they have to jump everything. Oh, that's also true. Oh, that's not true. They can keep their Territorial Kavu. But if they keep their Territorial Kavu, they're done. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's... Yeah, if it is exactly one, I think they do have to trade. Or they do have to lose everything besides the Channeler. Don't forget they have First Strike. Okay, so First Strike does kill the Ezuri. Okay, never mind. So we are dead if this isn't lethal. I think it is lethal. Yeah, Xaxes. Ooh, miscounted by 1 the right way. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Okay, so Rex Sage kind of tentatively coming in every matchup where I suspect that there might be a Curse Totem. Probably gonna play 2 since it kills it kills Binding, Scion, and Totem. I think there's a good chance they have some totems. They're playing Questing Druid and Channeler. Do we think that they also could be playing Bowmaster? I think I'll probably leave in the Leafcrown Visionary for now. They could be playing it, and I'm gonna go -2 Archdruids. Oh, and I wanted the Spellskite. I'm gonna go down a Quirion Ranger when I go down 2 Archdruids, actually. Magus screws up their mana. Magus screws up my mana too. For me, Magus is only... There's also a Lightning Bolt Tribal Flames deck. I'm only bringing in Magus against Titan and Tron, and mostly just Titan. On the draw, it's close. Let's go to Mulligan. Okay, keep this one. Tribal Flames deals 1. They have a basic land in their deck. They can Tribal Flames if they fetch their basic. Yeah, but I agree. Magus will win you the game sometimes, and it'll also lose you the game sometimes. But again, I guess they're also like a Channeler, Lightning Bolt, Questing Druid build. They have like a lot more red cards than like Domain Zoo typically does. Also, I feel like it's correct to not have the Magus in. Probably gaining life off Shadowsage this game. Yeah, sometimes they board and change the rocks, so the Rex Sages can probably have so many targets here, even if there's no Curse Totems. I can't quite dump the whole hand. I do think I'm going to wait on the Heritage Druid. This is not a discard matchup, and I want to be able to, like, double spell off of it without them just killing it, potentially. They're playing mono red splash 4 color. Yeah, that seems to be the case. And what's interesting is, like, they're not really playing that many non-red cards, right? They just, like Scion is colorless, Kavu is, like, green-red. Pretty interesting build. I think I'm going to take 5. Yeah, we did see Preordain. I haven't seen Spell Pierce yet, but likely in there. So their only non-red cards are the... Assuming this is the list. Is Binding, Spell Pierce, Preordain. 3 Preordains. Yeah, cool looking list for sure. There's like so many ways you can build a Domain Zoo deck. Oh, and this gets so rewarded for holding the Heritage Druid, I feel now. Although we are, I guess hopefully that's the list. So hopefully that's the list. Can I go? So I can pay for Spell Pierce. Response to Lightning Bolt Dwynen's elite. So unless I find an elf, I won't be able to Shadowsage this turn. Okay, did not find an elf. But happy enough to have Elven Chorus in play for now. Maybe they have Leyline Binding and we lose. Maybe they don't and we win. Was Magus more played than Blood Moon at certain moments before Visage got printed? Maybe. I can't recall really any times that was the case, but Magus is probably more popular at the moment. They didn't loot, which is always like very scary when your opponent has Kavu. They're also not on Mingu's non-Trio mana base, and I really feel like they just always lose to double Trio Flames. Jeez. Guess I should have jumped. Game 3 on the play. I should play Endurance against their Channelers. Channelers is a pretty scary card, actually. Archdruid also sucks in this matchup, so. Yeah, I like this hand. If I block that turn, I'm probably in okay shape to win. Just having Nettle Sentinel with Elven Chorus is so good because you get to keep untapping it. No, I wouldn't. Again, I don't think this is a good matchup to bring in Magus. We actually can't cast Magus outside of Cavern and Elven Chorus. We mostly chord for it. They're a Lightning Bolt deck that's mostly mono red. This is not a Magus matchup. IMO. Okay. Kath, the 10 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Ever tried to Shrapnel Blast Tribal Flames deck? I've tried to build them. I tend to think that they don't quite get there usually. Good draw. Hopefully I draw all the Ragavans. Thoughts on the no try mana base Mingu played a league. I liked it. I'd like it. Do I know for sure that it's optimal? I don't know for sure, but I really like the thought. I think it's like super like good work, super creative deck building. That's like kind of not. I'm gonna get Basic Forester. I think I have 1 black card in the deck and can't cast it anyways. Oh, I guess I could cast it off this. But like just super good work, good creative deck building. It feels like potentially a breakthrough for the domain mana base. Just like tap lands like do super suck. Being on the draw is no longer as bad because you don't like feel like you have to get the tap land. And it does come at the cost of losing Scion because Scion like not being able to cast a turn 2 and stuff. Oh, they hit 2 bolts, which is very funny with me having Spellskite in play. You have Spellskite. I have 1 Spellskite. Listen, y'all can bring in Magus if you want here. I think it is incorrect to bring it in. It is incredibly high variance. At the very least, you can at least give me that. Ooh, but now they get to go Tribal Flames Bolt. Okay, well. They got 3 cards in their hand. Basically no board pressure. I think I'm going to opt to leave up. Well, they haven't shown us anything that Pendelhaven really cares about. Alright, I'll tech for 1 then. I can also regen off the Quirion Ranger if I need. But we're mostly hoping they can't kill my Ezuri. They've already used 4 removal spells. Okay, so Ezuri down, but they're pretty behind on board. I'm attacking for 6. They go down to 3. And then I get to Endurance them. I guess I will untap the Nettle Sentinel on my turn. If I played around with main deck Gristed Elves. No. I think it's pretty bad. I don't know. It's just like a generic good card with like not that much synergy. There's not. I don't think there's any card to play it over. Nor do I like really find myself in a moment where I'm dying to chord for a removal spell. Okay. So we beat John. We beat Domain Zoo. Domain Zoo is what beat me for my trophy yesterday. So I feel good to get my revenge. There's no. I'm not worried about sweepers. There's like basically no. There's basically like no concern for like me. Like I can't get them with the endurance in any way here, right? Like they're never gonna dash Ragavan on that board. They should never have a sweeper that kills endurance. So I feel like you just main phase and play around counter magic. Cavern can cast Grist. Yeah, I mean Cavern can cast Grist, but only if you name Insect. So red on Sunken Citadel. I have a mono red Sunken Citadel deck as the backup deck. Elvish Warmaster, I think, is my favorite card in this deck, too. It's so fun. I think I have to play it this turn. Spend maybe it dying before I get value, but I could just go Nettle Sentinel Elite next turn. Arthur counters Priest W, which endurance. Okay, but just tell me a way I get punished, like for the line I took. You know what I mean? Like a random like remand, and obviously we don't know their deck, right? They like people have played like remand in in Domain Zoo plenty of times. Like those are the only ways I feel like I can get punished for holding up the endurance. But it's just kind of like debating about like any line is like winning the game here too. Yeah, I'm very confused with Citadel on red into Urborg. This could just be like a bluff name. Like they're like, oh, I'm gonna name red because I have Urborg in my hand, and this is going to like maybe make my opponent think I'm not on coffers, which is like fair. Kind of scared of this matchup. They got Fable sometimes. I've never seen Fable in coffers, but oh yeah, for explosives. Okay. Well, I'm probably gonna concede. When coffers draws like this, like Citadel into turn 3 Damnation into that's just like well, I'm not sure exactly how I'm sideboarding. I think I want the first Needle. Don't want Revoker that bad against the Bowmaster deck. Although they're gonna have targets for Bowmaster. Rex Sage could be nice. Although this is a matchup where I would like Mass Random more. I don't think I'm bringing in. Oh, Magus is like. I guess it's nice that they can't really push Magus, but they also have a lot of swamps. They have March of Wretched Sorrow. Could be okay. Not sure about Spellskite either. Spellskite's so much better against Lightning Bolt decks. Yeah, Damnation's pretty good against Ezuri, unfortunately. Collector Ouphe. Yeah, Ouphe could be okay. I don't like that it doesn't stop Karn, but it does stop a lot of things Karn gets. So I think I'm going to go minus an Archdruid, minus a Ranger. Yeah, I don't think Magus is that good against coffers. It's mostly just an anti-Titan card. Maybe we should have a Rex Sage also, but can't play around everything maybe. We can just have joking talk about building moon coffers. That sounds crazy. Is Untap not working currently? So Untap doesn't work on this program, Magic Online. It only works on No push is great. Kind of hope my opponent just goes like main phase Bowmaster Quirion Ranger. Because I have the Pendelhaven. Dude, I listen, if you're a coffers player, you gotta be really good at doing this. 7 cards, Urborg coffers. Doomwake's really good at doing this. Mengu's really good at doing this. I am not good at doing this. I am so bad at just having it. Also Chord for 3. Oh, Chord for only 2. Never mind. I lost my Quirion Ranger. Oh, can't quite cast it. It's like a non-token creature. I'll sacrifice extra Heritage Druid, I guess. We're going to get Damnation. Well, if I cast this Archdruid, I can still Chord for 3. Untap and kill them. Ezuri doesn't protect from Damnation anyways. Do I want to Chord here? Could also attack for 10. Yeah, I think I just don't use the Chord, but I'm just going to lose to Damnation or not. I can also save the Chord for Shadowsage if they go land ring, which they might. It's more likely they do that than Damnation. Dude, that Damnation took way too fucking long to cast, I tell you what. That is a shameful amount of time to cast the best possible card. I know it was like 20 seconds or something, but... I thought there was... it took so long, I was like, they definitely don't have it. Get coffered. What's up? I had a hand like this yesterday where I like... And for some reason, I like used my Quirion Ranger to untap my Llanowar Elves instead of just casting all 3 of my 1-drops. So it's really weird. I don't know why I did it. But I love having the Nettle Sentinel alongside the Elven Chorus here. I love being on the play and the Yogg matchup. They're really explosive hands, exactly where you need to be. We brought in Magus, maybe Chord for Magus wins there. Maybe, yeah. I mean, again, like, Magus is just so high variance in these matchups. Maybe you do want it, but it is also, like... It's just... It's super high variance. It is going to, like, win you games and is going to lose you games. So, I don't know. Not super comfortable bringing it in, still. Cool. Good pickup. We had a Heritage Druid. We're kind of, or a Quirion Ranger even. We're doing pretty. Can keep going for a little while. Okay. Still a pretty good turn. Draws a card off the peatland. That's good. No Yogg in the hand. Unless they just misclicked. Okay, a Cauldron that can target Quirion Ranger at the moment. We have so much mana. Uh-oh. Come on, dude. That being said, they didn't have Yogg or Chord in their hand last turn. If they can... if we bricked 3 times. We just need them to brick another time. You know what I mean? Is there a version else you like as a companion? No. Guess that one's at least a shuffle next turn. Is Zerta... Yeah, it's like you can't not play Nettle Sentinel, I think. Realmwalker. Okay, I mean, I'll take it over them drawing Yogg, I guess. We at least get to shuffle a brick from the top. We still have a lot of good top decks. Don't disappoint me again, Elven Chorus. Go, Elven Chorus, go. Okay, so they have a 2/3. Is that going to deter me from sending in with my 2/2s? Yeah, I think I'll just send with my 3/3s. Alright, so they're empty-handed. We are also empty-handed. We have this beautiful Elven Chorus. Which will win us the game next turn. I think I will just chill. And then if they draw a Yogg this turn, we probably will lose. And if they don't draw a Yogg this turn, we will probably win. We had just casual 8 lands in play on turn 7 in Elves. Okay, GG. Oh, well. Go a little bit more, too. Oh, just draw the Ezuri. Spike, this isn't a super convincing showing, 2BH? I mean, what do you want? I'm 2-1, about to be up a game against Yogg. Play against 4 interactive decks. I feel like whenever I play Elves, it's like chat's like losses count double and wins count half is like how is the general vibe I get. Do I want to bring in Collector Ouphe? No, not with my Spellskite in, I guess. Feeder's for living in. Yeah, maybe I should have the Jailer. Maybe Jailer's better than Elite. It just is only good against Young Wolf, and it's like, how much do you really care about Young Wolf? Not that much. Yeah, I just don't care about Young Wolf enough. If I see Strangler Geist, maybe I'll bring it in. Yeah, Jailer's for Cascade decks. Free wasn't holding back Elves. Well, I'll tell you one thing is in my practice league last night, I played against Rakdos twice, and I won games where my opponent scammed Grief into Bowmaster twice, and like just the fact that there was no Furies made that matchup like so significantly better. And I don't know, it was definitely a big game changer to me. It felt. Yeah, let's play these. Go Needle into Spellskite to protect the Archdruid. This is pretty good. We can protect the. I guess if they minus on Spellskite this turn, then they could minus on the Archdruid next turn. Secret where you say if you use the reason your pet deck sucks. Yeah, I don't know. The thing about Elves too, though, is like I was like trophying with Elves on occasion when Fury was legal. When Fury was legal, we picked up I think like at least 2 trophies with Elves, maybe 3. Is it like a great choice for a tournament? I don't know. I'm closer to thinking yes now than earlier, but I feel like Elves is like a little underrated. And it's just like the thing about this deck is that the losses feel so bad. The losses feel so bad, and it feels like you didn't get to play a game of Magic. And this is like the exact phenomenon we always see in chat when we play this deck. Like you lose a match in chat. It's just like distraught and abandoning. Like it's not a super convincing showing because we lost to a basically any deck where Coffers gets to go, like Citadel, Urborg removal spell, Coffers 4-drop and into Ring is like they have like Urborg Coffers 7 cards both games. They're just so good in every matchup, you know what I mean? It's just not that big of a problem, I feel. to have lost against Coffers. We did 0-2 drop our first league. I don't know, but people just feel so bad when they lose with elves. It's a lot of oof. A lot of angst, I feel. Very tough to draw. You know, we've drawn 6 lands this game, 8 lands in play last game. And it beats the 42 months. If we just needled Grist this game, we'd actually probably pretty good shape. So if we could draw Elven Chorus, Realmwalker, Chord of Calling, I'm feeling okay. I think all of these cards don't want me to block, so. Coffers is weak to counter magic. I think Coffers is good against Murktide, which is like the counter magic deck. That's good next game. Maybe 1 card too deep there. Get to play on the play for game 3, which is super important dynamic in this matchup. Is there argument for finale? There is no argument for finale. Finale, whenever you're like tutoring a creature with it, is always awful. Always like one of the like most underwhelming turns you can have. It is good when you have 12 mana, but so is Ezuri. We have our Natty Needle again. I guess we only have 1 Dwynen's Elite. I'm gonna play the Heritage Druid. I like that we have the Pendelhaven also too. Protect. Might actually name Grist this time. If I Glissa as a sideboard option. I actually did think about Glissa. But I did not think Glissa was good. We ever needling Grist here? They go Grist, make a token. I get to attack the Grist for 2, and either they chump block or the Grist goes to 2. If they chump block, they dissect something else. If I needle Grist though, yeah, I just have to name Yogg, I think. You know, like needling Grist would have been better last game. Is part of the general crabbiness around Elves kind of due to the fact that it's played more or less the same for 20 years? I don't know. I mean, this deck has gotten a lot of big updates between like Warmaster, Quirion Ranger, Elven Chorus, Shadowsage, Leafcrown Visionary. I feel like you have a lot of different ways you could. The deck feels pretty different to me, to be honest. There's too many lands this whole match. I'll go another 16 lands actually. Really okay in our spot still. If we just draw like any elf next turn. So they're slamming a Yogg that they can't activate at the moment. Any elf is just like so good here because I can get Ezuri and kill. Revoker is at least a spell. We name Agatha's Soul Cauldron. Can chord for 3. Do we play Vintage Cube? Yeah, I've played a lot of Vintage Cube like in my life. I haven't played a lot this season, but sometimes I'll play like in between tournaments and stuff, and sometimes I'll play on stream for fun. I haven't really done any this season for some reason, but I guess it's mostly just I've been really into like the constructed stuff I've been doing. Yeah, let's get Ezuri. I think you could maybe make an argument for Realmwalker. We get the Ezuri. This is at least free to play. The Nettle Sentinel. So I tap this for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess I could have just land activated actually. Is that better? Might have been better. We're here, I guess. Yeah, I think land activate was probably pretty good. You're in sideboards. I'm just growing my hair out in general. I probably need to trim my sideburns. Okay, chumping with Yogg. Happy enough with that. Yeah, Soulless Jailer does stop Undying, but it's just not what this matchup is about. Because like Yogg is really, really good against you in play, even if they can't undie their shit. They can also like Yawgmoth kill Soulless Jailer. Yeah, I've played every iteration of Elves, probably Moon, and I really dislike Shaman of the Pack and Collector Company. You might be dead? How? How could I possibly be dead? I mean, I don't know. Maybe I probably shouldn't ask that. It's possible. Let's get a 4-1 prediction going. Oh, he didn't realize Revoker was in Cauldron, I see. Yeah, we probably can't attack there with Revoker not on Cauldron. Plus against Coffers, they had, just 7-card Coffer Urborg hands both games. Into Damnation on turn 3 and then turn 4. Just that'll get you for sure. Against Rhinos? XL Forest could be Scales. Scales is, I think, a very good matchup. Okay, a little surprised. Tron matchup is interesting. We have, I think, a likely turn 4 kill, and it's kind of unfortunate that my opponent can go O-Stone and Sack on turn 3, which they wouldn't be able to do without the Gemstone Caverns, so we need to dodge O-Stone, we need to dodge Karn. Yeah, I agree. Revoker's getting hit by Bowmaster so bad. I don't think that there's like a better like a core target that like is against Yogg. Could play just Sharn maybe, like 1 Revoker, 1 Yashard, but core for 4 is so much. Maybe it's fine. Can't really cast Yashard that easy either. Don't really care about like actually untapping the Warmaster. Okay, so we likely have them dead this next turn. We get to go Dwynen's Elite, activate Archdruid, untap Archdruid, activate Archdruid again, activate Warmaster probably twice, maybe just once. But can we dodge a Sweeper this turn? So they get a Karn the Great Creator. So if they get a ring, things are interesting. We're at that point looking for some stuff. We have Leastcrown Visionary to draw a lot of our deck. We could maybe win this turn actually. Although we really want to keep our. I guess we could find another black source off of our draw. Okay, there's a black source. So let's go to Dwynen's Elite. Tap Archdruid, Leafcrown Visionary, Dwynen's Elite, draw a card. Another Archdruid. Untap Archdruid. Tap for 12 mana. Archdruid. Draw a card. Elven Chorus. Shuffle. Get Overgrown Tomb, although I guess didn't really need it. Okay, so we are cooking. Cast this. Draw a card. Cast Llanowar Elves. We really need another Quirion Ranger. We have to draw this card here, or Nettle, or Heritage Druid, I guess. I've already activated this, so yeah, I have to find like basically right after this. I guess it's like kind of the same to draw and not to draw here. Oh no, I'm literally 1 mana short of being able to win right now. Because I have 1 more mana. I have 1 more mana off this Elf Warrior token. If I could cast it and draw the Chord, we just Chord for Shadow win. Do get to kill a Karn. Drawing here is wasting 1 mana. Why? Because I have to spend. I either spend the mana on the Elf, or I spend a mana drawing. How is it wasting a mana? Tank, O-Stone. Wait, they didn't go cornucopia on 1 into engine? I guess maybe they couldn't have. Playing the elf gives you another chance to draw. Tell me how I wasted the mana. That was the point. Tell me where I wasted the mana and how. I could be wrong, but tell me. I think it was like definitely correct to draw there. Have you waited 6 months? Think you will come back? Playing the elf costs 1 more. Drawing the elf costs 1 mana. Yeah, exactly. And I would rather just draw the elf, because then I can use it later to draw a card. Maybe that's what you're saying. We're pretty dead here now that they found the surge node. If you didn't draw the elf, you won. You are wrong. If I didn't draw the elf, I won. I had 2 mana. I had 2 mana available, or was it 3? So I had 2 mana out with this trigger on the stack, right? 2 mana. I see on top of my library there's a Llanowar Elves. I can either not draw and then cast the elf next turn, and then how much mana do I have? 1 mana, and what do I see? The card underneath the elf. Or I can draw. How much mana do I have? 1 mana, and I have the card underneath the elf. The difference is if I draw this Llanowar Elves, then I can use it to draw a card later, potentially. That is so it's better to do it like this. Okay, that being said, we're down a game against Dice Factory Tron. That being said, we get to bring in Magus, Force of Vigor, Phyrexian Revoker, a Reclamation Sage, Collector Ouphe, Needle, which is... We can probably fit these all in. Probably cutting this Shadowsage. Cutting all the Dwynen's Elite. Going down like 2 Elven Chorus. Almost too much, but I mean, all these cards are insane. I'm going to bring them all in. I don't think I've ever trimmed Elvish Warmaster, and I probably shouldn't because I want to keep my Chord stuff going. Ranger's really good. I can trim 1. Maybe I'm never cording for Realmwalker. I could see that being the case. Down in Ezuri? Yeah, Tyver was underperforming, and also playing Tyver meant you had to play Glintleaf Palace over Cavern of Souls, and I felt like the combination of that made me want to build the deck this way. This is a turn 3 Collector Ouphe, which is at least good enough to keep. Higher upside too. If you had mana available, chat was right. I see a lot of people telling me chat was right without anybody typing. I had 2 mana total. It is exactly the same to either cast the elf next turn or draw it with only upsides to have the elf in hand, right? Like, please, someone, please. Maybe I'm wrong, but someone please type out exactly why I'm wrong. We lost the opportunity to draw 1 card deeper. I feel so strongly that you're wrong about this. So, like, please explain why that's the case. Because we still do the same thing. Either the elf comes from the top of our library into play, or it goes into our hand, and we still see the top card that we can cast. Because with 2 mana, you get to cast the elf and draw another card. And then do nothing, chat. And then do nothing. If I cast the elf and then cast the elf, draw a card, I have 0 mana after that. In the exact same way. It's so tilting. That we keep talking in circles, and it just feels so much like y'all are wrong. Can I go Archdruid into Chord for 2? It would have won if you decided the only out is Chord. We were drawing Chord, though. Oh my gosh, fuck, you're right. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe It's just because I felt like I was trying to draw into Quirion Ranger or Heritage Druid. I cannot believe I was arguing so long. I don't know. It's also tough because I didn't see it, and the chat's just like, I don't know. I need it to be explained because obviously I didn't see it, but I get it. I got there. We would draw Chord after we have 0 mana. I see. But also, right? But if we it's worse, right, though, because if we leave, so if we have 2 mana and then we cast the elf, yeah, no, you're right. Fuck, it was better. Chat wins again, huh? This is a weird spot. I feel like I just want a Chord for 2 main phase. Sucks to be wrong. I'm okay with being wrong. I just like, it's just very difficult for me to interact with like me being told I'm wrong and I'm not seeing it. But I appreciate y'all taking the time to make it where I get there. I don't mind being wrong. it was just frustrating that I couldn't see it. I couldn't understand. Why was that chord taking that much time to be casted? Well, I was trying to calculate like how much if I could go Archdruid into chord for 2. With the Quirion Ranger, I was 1 short. And then after that, I was trying to figure out like, is there any world where I want to play Archdruid instead of Collector Ouphe this turn? They boarded an Ensnaring Bridge is cool. I don't think I would like to play a Grist. I think people are like maybe a little Yogg-brained, but you could. Play Druid, untap a Sentinel. Play Druid, untap Sentinel. You have 2 creatures untap 2 mana. Use the Ranger to untap Druid. Now I have 3 creatures to untap in 2 mana. So I did have enough? I don't think I did I? Play Druid, untap Sentinel. You have 2 creatures already untap 2 mana. Okay, so you go 3 mana. Archdruid, untap. Float, untap. Yeah, we could have, Just too busy yelling about the other line. Athena, why don't you come up here on the couch with you a sec because of the rain? Like our cyber plane is good. That took some time to get there. Yeah, chat is on fire today. I mean, Elves is a hard deck. It's very complicated. It's funny that someone was like, why did that chord get so long to cast? It's really close, I feel. It's pretty good if we draw a land or a 1-mana elf, and we have 2 good sideboard cards, and we're on the draw. I feel like that's probably a keep against like a deck with like little to no interaction. They can keep a lot of expedition map focused hands that get needled. Double Nettle Sentinel can be this is like crazy good draw if we draw a land next turn. Core Tapper. Spellskite good in Smash gets to steal all the move count abilities. Yeah, maybe Spellskite's okay. I mean, I think it's probably overboarding. We just have so many cards already. So this can kill my Heritage Druid. But I do get to activate it. Yeah, I boarded all my black cards. I should have attacked for 1. I guess I can still attack first. I think I should Rec Sage the Everflowing Chalice. Seems like I want to be able to stop them from casting Karn or Ring next turn. And then they'll kill my Heritage Druid in response to this cast. If they don't, I get to cast either Warmaster Needle or Ezuri. Do you ever Needle the Ballista? I don't think so. I think we really need to kill this Chalice because if they slam Karn or Ring next turn, it's so tough. And I'm in a spot where I can like do this and then Needle something this turn. If they have Natty Tron plus Core Tapper, Chalice, Ballista plus Payoff, it's like, well, good shit. And we may be in a good shit situation. Although this is also maybe like one of these games where they just have like all mana. Nope. We get Needle the Ring. But just like, well, it's just kind of tough to beat Natty Tron on 7 cards into all this. We might win still. Like they only have 3 cards after they draw. Also, their deck is pretty weak to Needle on the One Ring. Like One Ring plus Paradox Engine is like kind of their deck's whole plan. Yeah, I think I'm down to cut the second Rec Sage for the first Masked Vandals. Let me go and get that for the next league. Your pal Andrew with the 4 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Fuck. Don't know what they get though. They can do a 3/3 Ballista, which is looking kind of good, I suppose. Yeah, they can't run Giganta because of Cornucopia or Ballista. Leveler, they're short of Leveler. They could get it though. They could get Bridge. Also, Bridge would be totally fine. Although Bridge does open them up to some top decks for me. They do get the Bridge. Okay, so now I can go Chord for Sage, kill tapping 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, and then I get to untap the Nettle Sentinels too. The spot where Mass Vandal's better, I guess. Is there anything better? Is it ever better? I think because of like Cityscape Leveler, this just has to be the line. Great draw, obviously. So kill the bridge, kill the car, and hit them for 2. Getting pinged by the ring every turn. All right, we beat, we got through Core Tapper, Chalice, Ballista, Karn, Bridge, Ring, and Natty-tron on 7 cards. 1 card left in their hand. Yeah, it does feel like we should just Revoker Karn and then kill them next turn. Great, good top deck, I think, because like, I guess, Ballista would be a good top deck here, too. They should have 3 each. Here comes Eugene. Well, they're combo Tron, so I feel like a Ugin is less likely. We at least keep our Revoker. Because token couldn't we easy. What is easy in this context? They have a Blast Zone? I think they're still dead. Yeah, they're still dead. Inventor's Fair. So Inventor's Fair for Ring. To stabilize for a turn, or I don't think Ballista does it. Oh, Ezuri. Because of the token, we couldn't Ezuri. We could cast Ezuri, but I feel like we need to do something else. Oh, they didn't have the 3 artifacts for Inventor's Fair, right? Okay, you for one of those. Let's run it back. I'm going to add the Masked Vandal over Sage number 2. I like that. I think that's a good change.